Of the world famous studio tour. You may recognize this guy from The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Tim. Carl's we call him. He's a gentleman there in the bow tie. He founded Universal Pictures actually on the East Coast in 1912, but got tired of the rain and snow, moved out west, and founded Universal City on March 15, 1915. And we're still our own city. We have our own post office, our own fire station here to the right-hand side. Let's wave for the firefighters. I see you. I see you. He's next to the big truck. Hi. We also have a sheriff station up. Roller coaster is massive. This is still Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. All the construction that you see is like a fourth of the ride. This is going to be opening up sometime next year. I'm very excited for it. Even though we have a large, growing, and frankly loud theme park, we still make movies and television shows literally right next to it in what we call the front lot. The front lot is where the headquarters for Universal Pictures is located. It's also where the majority of our sound stages are. Sound stages are essentially just rainforest in there for Jurassic Park. Remember the scene little Timmy stuck in the SUV in the tree, started breaking the reins as they climbed out? All that was inside that building. So think about that. Last year, near the end of the movie when he goes to the White House, these bungalows where pre-production happens used to be dressing rooms to Hollywood's biggest stars like Doris Day and Rock Hudson, because they would sign a contract with one studio on the left-hand side. You'll see the white sign that says MP and then the Wicked Globe just next to their window. But probably the single most famous office in the property is number 5195 with the white awning over the door. Once belonged to Sir Alfred Hitchcock, director of movies like Psycho, Rear Window, The Birds, among dozens of other movies you would recognize. He had that office for roughly 20 years, latter part. These movie sets continue for miles and miles and miles. But we're going to leave that concrete jungle behind. We're going to take it to a different jungle called Skull Island to see our buddy King Kong. Here's for an adventure. Please remain seated, arms and legs in the vehicle. Hold on tight to your belongings and no flash photography. It scares the animals. Welcome to Skull Island. Post-production, they can actually make this road seem as if it goes on for miles and miles and miles. That is why those giant green screens are blocking off that vehicle. Plus, you can film anything you want over there. You know, our trams can just drive on by, you're never going to notice. But these Metropolitan sets have been used for countless decades. Classics like Inherit the Wind, Bye Bye Birdie. They're going to be out here for literally 10 plus hours. So you got to make sure everyone is well fed. You got to make sure everyone is taken care of. And you're seeing a little bit more of the buildings of the Metropolitan sets just beyond there. Now, these roads are pretty long, right? They're about, give or take, one full square block that you would see in a city, but you can make it seem longer by putting up those green screens. We don't want to build these for miles and miles because we utilize this space for even newer sound stages. You'll notice that as we come around the corner, Reba McEntire does a different show. Instead of sound stage 32 and 33, it's called Happy's Place. It's their sitcom on NBC. Now, these are pretty new, but they're not even the newest we have. There's even more sound stages further up the road there. As we're working on a brand new show called Suits Los Angeles. We watch the original Suits on USA. It's on during the silent film era. We even make hundreds of movies out here a year during that time period because they were silent movies. You can film on every single road at the same time. As long as you don't turn your camera to see a different movie being made, we're good to go. But you might recognize this area not Mexico. Old Mexico was featured as Mexico and Nacho Libre, but it's also been seen as the pirate city of Tortuga, and Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl. A great example of how some of our favorite movies, even the big ones made by other studios, might have filmed in the same exact set at Universal. They just change things over and over and over. Set up all down this road, and folks for 25 cents could buy a ticket to Universal Studios, sit in the bleachers all around this area, and watch movies as they were being made. Yeah, literally, because they were silent, you could cheer on the good guy, boo the bad guy, and by the end of the day, you got to leave with a sack lunch. They had a chicken sandwich and a hard-boiled egg, because we had a chicken. Best silent movies ever made at the tail end of the silent film era. But we reuse these movie sets for a Best Picture winner of ours called All Quiet on the Western Front. Utilize this area as both Germany and France. 31, followed soon after by the Mummy, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, all of them happened right in here. But as we make our way up the road, some of you might recognize this not as Europe, but as The Good Place in The Good Place with Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Here for about 35 years, and it's a very unique set. It is always a subway station, and the street level is actually above us. It is rarely used because typically you don't want to walk your camera crew all the way upstairs and then bring everyone back down. But this is a good example. We're okay? Been having a lot of tremors lately. Okay, I think it's a full earthquake. All right. Everyone just remain seated, arms and legs inside the vehicle. Hold on to your belongings. We do need to ride this thing out, but it should only last a few seconds. Everything's under control. Except for that. That'd be the street set coming in. Oh, great. Alright, we're gonna take it easy now. Now, after an earthquake like that, we should all just catch our breath, and I know a perfect place to go and do it, the beach. Now, we're way too far away from the ocean, but I know a perfect place here at Universal Studios where we can sit back, kick our feet up. It's called a place named Amity Island. Now, alright, here's the thing. It says the beach is closed because they found a shark here. But they caught it. They caught the shark. Everything's perfectly fine. It's hanging up there on the right-hand side. And I know it's still closed, but I know the guy in charge. It's my buddy George. He's a police officer in Amity. He's not going to get me in trouble by pulling into a closed area. I'm going to sweet talk George to open up the beach for us. Just remain seated for us. I'm going to find... Never mind. We're staying in the tram.
Sit down. Sit down.
You shouldn't have come here. Okay. Where's George? Does anyone see George? He should be out.
Oh, no.
He's in the water. George?
Oh, no.
George?
Oh, it's got him.
Oh, the shark's got him.
You okay? He's fine. Yeah, he's good. He's alright, he's dead. He's very dead. Okay, we're gonna pull forward. We're gonna park next to these barrels of gasoline. Did it take a whole dock? That thing is massive. Okay, don't touch the gasoline that's spraying all over the place. Oh, it's hot. Oh, okay, that's not great. That's not good at all. Okay. Okay, listen, we're gonna park here. We're gonna call a few people out here. No, never mind. We're gonna get out here right now.
Look at the shark.
We're gonna need a bigger train. Outside the studio. But frankly, every other movie that Steven Spielberg has done since, he tries to find a way to film here at Universal Studios. His love for the lot is immense, and it dates back more than 60 years at this point.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Grey Line Tour Bus. And I was lots, so nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot.
All of it. Now, we got about 15-20 minutes left of our tour from this point. Once again, a reminder, if you need my assistance, remember that red emergency cord hanging above your head. Give that thing a pull. I'll be back to help you. So is Steven television show. And in some movies that he directed, some movies that he produced. For instance, you have Back to the Future there on the right-hand side, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World there on the left. We're going to be surrounded by picture cars up here, and I don't want to make you all look back and forth, so just make sure you're taking a look on both sides of the vehicle. I am going to focus on the left-hand side because I love the Flintstones with John Goodman and Rick Moranis. Also, yeah, Fast and Furious, one of the most successful film franchises ever based around picture cars. I love the Orange Julius. And of course, Transformers. You already mentioned how I filmed there in the lower lot. You have Bumblebee and Blockade from the movie. Now, this car actually belongs to a lady who was at Bates Motel in Margaret's house from Psycho. Is that Norman? What is he doing? He's messing with her room in her car. Sorry, that's Norman Bates. Runs a motel, lives over the house of his mom.
Are you lost?
What's he doing? Did he even look up? Oh!
Linda, is that you?
I'm gonna assume he doesn't know that we pulled up. Uh-oh. Hi! Yeah, there's a couple hundred people. Is that Marion there in the shower curtain? He just took out a knife. Mario, go. Oh, no. Oh, must go faster. Oh, he's getting really close to the tree. Oh, he's right next to the ballpark. One of the largest ever constructed. This is the massive 747 crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, a Paramount picture starring Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Justin Chatwin. Yo, that's a real 747 they completely destroyed specifically for this set. All this work you see in the movie for less than 5 minutes. Some of it you can see here along with Steven Spielberg and the movie's production designer Rick Carter talking about the concept. How long you see something that really matters. It's what you see or sometimes what you don't see that matters because our minds are going to fill in the rest. There's a similar style of filmmaking coming from a newer director named Jordan Peele. He's only directed 3 movies for Universal so far, equally terrifying. Here he is, he's telling about the set we get to visit from his 3rd movie. Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park 90s movie kid share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of a UFO hotspot.
What is that?
Welcome to the world of no.
What is that? It's like all the power's going on. Just remain seated. Yeah, nope. Get out there. If you haven't seen Nope, you gotta check out. Watch all 3 of Jordan Peele's movies. Get Out,